Hi and GM everybody. For support stats, we had 64 new tickets, which is an 18% decrease from the previous week's report. First reply median time is at 39 minutes, and 49% of the tickets were resolved in one touch. Full resolution median time is at 47 hours, and total solved tickets is at 96, which is a little bit up from the previous week's report. This is due to resolving a couple of tickets affected with the previous balance display issues we got on app.shapeshift beta, app.shapeshift and beta. And then majority of tickets received last week are key issues on app.shapeshift as well. We had for help desk views, we had 900 help desk views last week. Most views viewed help desk articles are the key firmware update procedure and the how do I view my seed phrase article. And then lastly, a new article titled Getting Started with a Shapeshift mobile app is ready to go once the new mobile app is released. And support is also standing by to oversee issues that users may encounter on the new app. That's it for support today. Thanks for your time.
GM Ron, good to hear your smiling voice here on a Monday morning. Last week we had Cosmoverse. It was quite fun. We had a bunch of foxes show up and show out and show off. It was quite good. If you just have not seen the videos of Willie skating, go check out General. It's quite good. Additionally, in marketing world, we had a ton. I'm not even kidding, a literal ton. If I could put it in a truck and measure it, it'd be a ton. A ton of paid acquisition analysis, as well as other marketing metrics and tracking and infrastructure development. It is going to be super crazy. This week, actually, tomorrow, we have our office hours, the very first of this new sort of sprint with Tyler as the interim leader. Definitely stop by. I will be giving out personal high fives to everyone who shows up. In addition, this next week, we have an article featured with Willian in built-in. That is going live. Not really sure when, but we do know that we did get accepted with him in there as a sort of brand building fun times, talking about Giveth, talking about Shapeshift, talking about all things crypto and fun times. Today, we are planning on going live with our on-ramper campaign. Just a little bit of small sauce talking about on-ramper. It's going to be very fun, talking about all of the awesome ways you can on and off ramp with Shapeshift, one of the best spots to do it. And yes, this week, we have also our app launch on the 6th. In theory, we are all very, very excited over in marketing land to get that going with some other fun surprises in store. So yeah, that's all we got for marketing, guys. Thanks very, very much for coming by. And yeah, that's all I got, Ron. See you.
Hola, GM. Hello, Ron, everybody. Yes, after a week in Cosmoverse, we are heading to DevCon. So, starting the operations from tomorrow to the 14th. The physical cards are on the way. We are figuring out how to send them to Brazil, from Brazil to Colombia. But yeah, gonna make it. Following our weekly translation flow with our weekly pull request, the globalization word strings, keeping web and library repository at least 97 to 100% translated. Also running a giveaway on Twitter, aiming foster the thoughts and die farm on Nose Chain that will be placed on Give It. And that's all for globalization. Part of the team are out of home. So yeah, we are playing Cosmoverse. So mad props to Willy, Vlad and Highlander, which are doing a great and awesome work in Colombia. Thank you everybody. And that's all for globalization. By the way, we also have the office hours today. I think it is 3 p.m. Mountain time or something like that. Right, so it will be placed on calendar. Thank you, everybody. That's all.
GM, everyone. Mine's short. I have, was it 14 day? We had 7 users. 30 days, 34, and we had 1 raid. That was it. Nice and quick and short. Have a good day.
Jan. Happy Monday, everybody. Yeah, similar like last week, migration is obviously one of our biggest priorities right now, multi-accounts and Swapper 2.0. MetaMask snaps, Beard and I have been working through some contents for our landing page for SEO purposes. And we got the content and structure ready for that, so we're going to be moving into design. The overarching roadmap page design is about 90% there with most of the copy there. I just need Willie to take a look at it. And this is going to be a ShapeShift DAO roadmap page that'll live on shapeshift.com. Hoff is currently building that. And then the Cosmos dashboard bounty, this one is on hold temporarily. We just need some endpoints that is on Kevin's plate. And as you guys know, he's got a lot on his plate. So we're just going to put that on hold temporarily until he has some breathing room. And then, yeah, apparently they've been having a tracking issue on their end. Every time they've tried to give us the referral code to append to the URL, it's just not working. So anyways, they figured out they have an issue on their end, and hopefully they will get back to me in the next couple of days, and we'll be able to get that resolved and ship. Yeah. And then Beard and I have just been working through some UI tweaks on app.shapeshift.com. We've been doing a lot of testing over the past week and this morning and stuff, and we just keep finding little things to tweak to improve the user experience. And there's a couple examples there. This was something actually that was brought up by Firebomb and Giantkin last week about adding the network icons. So we've been testing that on Beard's local. And then we've been trying to do a wallet/DeFi breakdown for the dashboard view. As you guys may have seen, HPain announced that on Twitter to try to get some help on the copy. We've been trying to figure out the best way to explain what those two category buckets are to the users in a way that makes sense. And then just a reminder, product, we have office hours on Thursday. Thanks.
GM. Yeah, very short update today, entirely focused on two things, is just getting the swapper tailor bugs fixed, and there's one more ticket for the mobile wallet export stuff to go into web today. So yeah, we're just basically it's the swapper bugs, getting stuff confident with ThorChain, CowSwap, 0x, all sort of it's looking really good. The fixes now are a lot more sane. So it's going to be a big release going out today, and then probably a second one to get the mobile wallet export. And then after that, I think we just kind of like things to bake in production for a day or two, and I think we'll be good for mobile migration. But yeah, very, very short list of priorities. Kevin's working on the trading into Rune, so like TX detection stuff there. We do have a stopgap where users can do swaps into Rune, but they just won't be able to see the TX history for the moment. A few little warnings and stuff that we've put into like the swapper and the dashboards and things like that regarding like balance history and transactions. But yeah, nothing that's going to hold up migration. So feeling pretty confident, but yeah, gonna get back to it.
Thanks, DeFi. Next up, we got apps, and I'll be reading that off. New feature release thread for marketing and apps in the Ops Public channel. Optional meeting Fridays going forward for cleanup and fast follow ticket creation party. For sure the next 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll be finished at that point. Triage, there was one reported issue last week for wallet functionality. The parity goat no goat is going to continue at least for another couple weeks. For those interested, I believe that's at 3:30 Mountain Standard Time. It could be 2:30, I'm not sure. And then I'll forego the goat farm because everything's about parity right now. And then there are 73 PRs last week and 4 repos by 11 contributors. No new contributors, no bounties, and no bounties closed. Next up, we got Kent and Tokenomics. GM Kent.
GM Ron, thanks for the ops update. Also plenty going on in Tokenomics land this week. So you guys may have seen in the announcements channel, Willie just posted, we have Bond Protocol, which is essentially kind of a V2 to Olympus, went live this morning. These are Fox to LUSD bonds, and the terms of those basically for this initial window here is 3 million Fox the DAO is basically aiming to sell about 125,000 LUSD worth of these bonds via the bond protocol. We're actually a launch partner with this, which is a little bit unusual. Typically, we wait for things to get de-risked. However, given our close familiarity with the bond protocol team, and also the fact that the code is quite similar in many ways to Olympus, we felt like it's okay to be a launch partner. Also, considering that we're not putting a super high amount of Fox at risk here, relatively speaking. So basically, this is working at a few different angles here. One is that it's going to help us diversify the DAO's stable treasury, which is currently all in USDC, which presents centralization and blacklisting risks. If this goes well, the aim will be to wind down either abruptly or gradually the Olympus bonds, which are currently active. You might be wondering what's happening on the Olympus side. Those bonds are still active. Nothing is changed on those. We're still averaging about 5K worth a day worth of USDC coming into the treasury. So we do have kind of these two things at once, which should help increase the amount of stables coming into the treasury here. In terms of the tribe stuff, so this has been super interesting to see. There's there was 15.3 million worth of, or 15.3 million Fox in that contract. The redemption is now live, so if you're a tribe holder, you can go and get Fox. I just took a look at the filtered view here on Etherscan, and it's down to 12.5 million Fox now in that contract. So people are redeeming. I think there's some ARB action there. So that's interesting to see. In terms of the Rari loans, a reminder, we have Pool 79 paid off. Now we're focusing our efforts on Pool 7. Getting more stables right now could help us accelerate that somewhat, paying off that Pool 7. Also on the governance side, we have VFox. That's the vote to extend the committee of Willie, John, and myself. That ends in 4 hours. So if you want to vote on that, give that a vote now. And then, of course, we have DevCon next week. It's going to be super exciting. We're going to have multiple Foxes there, as the Smith mentioned. Very, very cool. But yeah, that's what's going on. We'll talk more about all this, especially the bond stuff, bond protocol stuff. And just quick shout out to all the Tokenomics crew and Willie and John who contributed to vetting this and also helping fine-tune these parameters. So we'll dig in a lot more tomorrow. Everybody make it a fucking awesome week.
Thanks, Kent. Next up, we got the Fox Foundation with Lily Fox and Ocean. GM, guys.
Hey, PTT, how's it going?
It's going. How are you guys?
El mejor dia, GM from Medellin.
Really, are you sick, man? You sound like you got the sniffles.
Yeah, my nose. Yeah, I'm very stuffed up. I'm having some weird allergies down here, but not keeping me from having the best week ever and pushing forward to this migration.
Yep. On that front, I think the biggest news is that the mobile app's development complete. There's no other changes we believe need to be made to it, so that's awesome. There's a small bug fix that's waiting to get approved in the app stores, which is cool. And then it's really just a matter of waiting for engineering to give us the go-ahead with the PR that's for the backup wallets, and then making sure that they're ready with all of the swapper fixes. And I think that's really it on the mobile app side of things.
Awesome. The final stretch. And it's the season for migrations. The other update we have is that we're doing final Metaforo testing before migrating the forum over to Metaforo. Goal is to migrate this week. They've completed all of the blocking issues that we had identified previously. So once we've completed the final round of testing and are confident everything looks good for migration, we will share details and the date of the migration announcements. The tentative plan is to do the migration overnight. So there would basically be a brief period where any post into our legacy forum on Discourse would not show up in the new version, or we'd have to maybe do like another migration. So we'll give everyone a heads up for when we plan to be basically in this like scheduled maintenance period. And yeah, if anyone wants to go in there and check it out, they've made a few updates. And if you spot any issues, now is the time to call it out, because if assuming we don't find any issues and none are reported, the plan is to move forward with this migration to Metaforo. So I would appreciate any extra eyeballs on it, but I'm going to do my best to go through there and click every button, test every path, and make sure we're all set for this migration.
Awesome. Thank you both for those updates. If anyone else has anything, now's the time to raise your hand and or type on stage. And if not, make it a great GM all.